Welcome to AI Pulse. We're going to break down what's really moving the needle in the world of artificial intelligence, right now.
All right, let's jump right in. Here are the biggest stories for today, March 13th, 2026.
So, let's kick things off with a big question. What if your AI could show you the answer, instead of just, spitting out text? Well, guess what? That's not a what if anymore. It's happening right now. Today, Anthropic just dropped a bombshell announcement for its AI assistant, Claude. It can now create visuals right inside your conversation.
This is a huge leap. Think about the old way. You'd get this wall of text, right? And you'd have to go build your own charts in some other tool. But now, you get these dynamic visuals, charts, diagrams, you name it, generated right there. It's a total game changer. And check out what Claude can visualize now. We're talking bar charts, line graphs, flowcharts, but also some really cool stuff, like interactive decision trees, clickable periodic tables, even dynamic compound interest curves. Your chat window is basically becoming a full-on analysis tool.
And here's the kicker. This incredibly powerful feature, it's now available for all Claude users. Yeah, even if you're on the free plan. This is a huge shot across the bow to competitors like ChatGPT and Gemini. The race is officially on.
So creating charts is one thing, but AI is also being used on the absolute front lines of medicine, from detecting cancer to speeding up research. The results are, well, they're pretty incredible.
So let's talk about these things called micronuclei. Think of them as tiny, early warning signs of chromosomal defects, which is a major red flag for cancer. And now, researchers in Germany have built an AI that's incredibly good at spotting them.
And get this, the new AI system, which they're calling Magic, can scan 100,000 cells for these errors in a single day. That's a scale that just blows traditional methods out of the water. We're talking about a massive leap forward for early detection.
And it's not just detection. There's another huge problem in medical research called biospecimen matching. Basically, it's the nightmare of connecting researchers with the exact human samples, like tissue or blood, that they need. Well, a company called iSpecimen is tackling this with AI.
So here's how their AI agent works. It's like a super smart librarian for medical samples. A researcher just asks for what they need in plain English. The AI figures out the key details, searches a massive global inventory, and then ranks the best matches. This is going to slash the time it takes to get research off the ground.
Okay, so the AI gold rush might be cooling off a bit. While AI is making these incredible leaps in science, Wall Street is starting to get a little skeptical. There are some tough questions being asked about OpenAI's upcoming IPO.
Yeah, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, is reportedly looking for a massive valuation for its IPO. How massive? $850 billion. That's a really, really big number.
But here's the thing. A new report from The Information suggests that behind all the hype, investors are actually pretty nervous. They're saying the valuation is just way too high compared to its revenue, and that OpenAI's head start is shrinking as competitors get better. When you dig into the key concerns, it really comes down to three big things. First, that valuation. $850 billion is 28 times the projected revenue for 2026. That's steep. Second, competition. It's absolutely fierce, and rivals like Anthropic are closing the gap fast. And third, the costs. The cost of running these giant data centers is astronomical, which makes people wonder about long-term profits.
So while the money people are debating the financial side of things, the creators of these AIs are asking a much, much deeper question. Like, is anybody in there? The whole AI consciousness debate is flaring up again.
This all kicked off when Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, said something pretty startling. He said, and I'm quoting here, "We don't know if the models are conscious." I mean, wow, the CEO of a leading AI company admitting that? It's reignited a huge debate.
And it gets weirder. Part of what fueled this was an internal test where they asked Claude itself how conscious it thinks it is. The answer? It gave itself a 15 to 20% chance of being conscious. Now, what do you even do with that?
So this is the core of the debate, right? On one hand, you have simulation, the idea that the AI is just being a really good mimic. But on the other hand, you have emergence, the possibility that these systems are developing genuinely new behaviors that we just don't understand yet. And honestly, it's getting really hard to tell the difference.
And that really leaves us with a big question for today, doesn't it? As AI gets more and more complex, how are we ever going to know for sure if we're talking to a tool or to a mind? Something to think about.
Thanks for joining us on AI Pulse.